Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surabhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 21st of June. Indian Prime Minister Modi leads International Yoga Day celebrations. Pakistani court extends former President Zardari's physical remand by 11 days. And religious leaders call for immediate end to war in Afghanistan. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi joined thousands of people in bending and stretching for various yoga exercises as he led the nation to mark the 5th International Yoga Day on Friday. The occasion was marked by mass practice of yoga and other healthy activities across the world. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the International Yoga Day celebrations in eastern Ranchi city on the 5th International Day of Yoga. Prime Minister Modi performed yoga with around 40,000 enthusiasts at the Prabhat Tara ground. He appealed to people to take yoga to all sections of society and said, yoga is above everything.
World over, the first rays of the sun are being welcomed by dedicated yoga practitioners is a beautiful sight. I urge you all to embrace yoga and make it an integral part of your daily routine.
Several events to mark the International Day of Yoga were held across the country. Indian security forces were not far behind as Indo-Tibetan Border Force or ITBP took yoga up to 18,000 feet above the sea level in the snowy Himalayan hills at 20 degrees Celsius below freezing temperature. The French embassy in New Delhi also marked the day with a yoga assembly. The participants stretched out and also meditated during the yoga session.
Yoga is a very complete, not a sport, really a complete healing for your body and your mind. And it's very useful at work to balance a bit the stressful life we lead these days. So I find it very helpful.
Meanwhile, hundreds of yoga enthusiasts, including Madhesi leaders, participated in Yoga Day celebrations in Nepal's Janakpur. The United Nations in 2014 declared June 21st as the International Day of Yoga after adopting a measure proposed by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The day is marked by mass practice of yoga and other healthy activities across the world. In news from Pakistan, an accountability court on Friday extended the physical remand of Pakistan's former president Asif Ali Zardari by 11 days. He was arrested on corruption charges on June 10th for investigation into false bank accounts and money laundering cases against him.
An accountability court on Friday extended Pakistan's former president Asif Ali Zardari's physical remand by 11 days. Zardari was arrested on June 10th on corruption charges by the National Accountability Bureau or NAB for investigation into false bank accounts and money laundering cases against him. This came after a bench of Islamabad High Court rejected a plea filed by him and his sister, Faryal Talpur, seeking an extension in their interim bail in the fake bank accounts case. Zardari was presented before the court upon completion of his 11-day physical remand on Friday. The NAB demanded a 14-day extension in his remand, but the court granted extension for 11 days only. The Accountability Court ordered Zardari to be presented before it on June 26.
More news from Pakistan. At least 3 people were killed and 2 others injured after a passenger train hit a freight car near Pakistan's southern Hyderabad city on Thursday. Train accidents are common in Pakistan, where railways have seen decades of decline due to corruption and mismanagement.
At least 3 people were killed and 2 others injured after a passenger train hit a freight car near Pakistan's southern Hyderabad city on Thursday. The train's driver, assistant driver and a guard were killed in the accident and 2 of the injured were in critical condition, Railway Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed confirmed. The Rawalpindi-bound Jinnah Express rammed into a stationary goods train coming from Punjab near Pathankot area in Hyderabad. Injured passengers were moved to the civil hospital in Hyderabad, approximately 90 miles from Pakistan's port city of Karachi. The collision caused 3 carriages of the goods train to derail, and the engines of both trains were badly damaged by the impact.
Moving on, the rising level of unemployment in Gilgit-Baltistan continues to be a cause of worry for the locals. They claim the corrupt administration has completely ignored the private sector, which can be further developed to generate employment in the illegally occupied region. Rising unemployment is one of the primary problems of locals in the illegally occupied region of Gilgit-Baltistan. Residents blame blocked access to development has led to rising unemployment and poverty in the region. They claim the authorities have so far ignored the private sector in the region completely and that there are countless opportunities in sectors like tourism, minerals and energy which can be further developed to generate employment.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में बेरोज़गारी की सबसे बड़ी वजह यहाँ पर प्राइवेट सेक्टर का ना होना है। यहाँ के लोगों का टोटली दारोमदार गवर्नमेंट जॉब पर है। चूँकि गवर्नमेंट जॉब इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं आती हैं, इसलिए यहाँ पे बेरोज़गारी की शरह अपनी इंतहाई बुलंदी पर पहुँच चुकी है। ज़रूरत इस बात की है यहाँ गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में प्राइवेट सेक्टर को फ़रोग़ दिया जाए, जिसकी वजह से बेरोज़गारी यहाँ पर कम हो सकती है।
बेरोज़गारी का मेन इशू गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में कोई और ज़राए आमदन नहीं है। जैसे डॉन में होती है, इंडस्ट्रियाँ हैं, फैक्ट्रियाँ हैं जहाँ पे लोग काम करते हैं। ज़्यादा नहीं तो थोड़ा बहुत अपना घर का गुजारा कर लेते हैं। गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में सोर्स ड्राई पोर्ट के अलावा कोई एक ऐसा ज़राए आमदन की जगह कोई और नहीं है।
Gilgit-Baltistan was originally a part of India's princely province of Jammu and Kashmir until its illegal occupation. Years of continued neglect by Islamabad and a corrupt administrative system has made Gilgit-Baltistan the most backward region under Pakistan's rule. In news from Afghanistan, religious scholars from different Islamic countries have called for an immediate end to the ongoing war in Afghanistan. The Taliban has so far ignored the Afghan government's call for a ceasefire and has set foreign troop withdrawal as a precondition for peace in the war-ravaged country.
Religious scholars from different Islamic countries who gathered at an international symposium in Kabul on Thursday called for an immediate end to the ongoing war in Afghanistan. Their 3-day symposium saw notable religious figures deliberating on various aspects of life and teachings of the 8th century Sunni Muslim theologian Imam-e-Azam Abu Hanifa. They said that Abu Hanifa's ideology and teachings could be a paradigm of fighting terrorism and extremism.
با رعایت اتباع مذهب امام ابو حنیفه رحمت الله علیه باید بشینیم مسائل خود را از طریق تفاهم حل کنیم. ضرورت به جنگ نیست. باید برای جنگ نقطه پایان بتیم و باید برای جنگ نبگوییم.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, who also attended the closing ceremony of the symposium, said the identity of the Afghan and Islam are two interconnected phenomena. Ghani's government has called for a ceasefire amid an ongoing conflict, but the Taliban has so far ignored the request. The group has said foreign troop withdrawal is their precondition for peace in the war-ravaged country.
The ongoing rift in the lower house of the Afghan parliament has created concerns among people. This comes after chaos erupted in the lower house when a group of lawmakers tried to block the newly elected speaker, Mir Rahman Rahmani, from taking his seat in a disputed election.
The ongoing rift in the Wali-Sit Jirga, the lower house of the Afghan parliament, has created concerns among the political elites and the people. Critics believe that the newly elected lawmakers have shown that the country has a weak legislature. This comes after chaos erupted in the lower house when a group of lawmakers tried to block the newly elected speaker, Mir Rahman Rahmani, from taking his seat in a disputed election. Footage from Wednesday's session shows that a number of angry lawmakers threw away the chair and the desk of the speaker.
میز شکستان نیم شوکیر شکستان نیم بلکه ما بر روی مردم افغانستان یا با پا یا بستی کوبیدیم.
مرتکبین به حبس متوسط و طویل پیش بینی شده برش. یعنی از لحاظ جرمی جرم.
The rift began on May 18 after supporters of the other leading candidate, Kamal Nasir Osuli, refused to recognize Rahmani as the speaker. Based on the quorum, 124 votes were needed for a winning candidate in the 247-seat House. Rahmani fell short of a majority of a single vote. This triggered a clash between his supporters, who declared him the winner, and opponents who said he has not secured the necessary 124 votes.
Moving on to news from Bangladesh. Hundreds of Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh rallied on Thursday to mark the World Refugee Day. The refugees who fled from Myanmar in 2017 after a military crackdown demanded their properties back and urged UN to create a safety zone. Hundreds of Rohingya refugees who fled a military crackdown in Myanmar 2 years ago rallied at a camp near Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar city to mark World Refugee Day on Thursday. More than 700,000 Rohingya crossed into Bangladesh in 2017, according to UN agencies, after a crackdown by Myanmar's military sparked by Rohingya insurgent attacks on the security forces. The refugees living in Kutupalong camp in Cox's Bazar on Thursday demanded equal rights and security and that their properties be returned back in Myanmar.
Citizenship right side. তারপরে আছে আর যে দুন আছে ইকুয়াল রাইট আছে ইনসাইড আর আছে ইউএন সিকিউরিটি কাউন্সিলত তুন সেফটি জোন সাইড আর ইন্টারন্যাশনাল পিস কিপিং সাইড বাদে আছে আর যে দুন প্রপার্টি কল সরকারে কনফিসকেট করে রিটার্ন সাইড তইলে মানি আছে আর সমস্যা ইনলের আছে আর সুনেস আর আছে রিপার্টিশন ভলান্টারি রিপার্টিশনেবল.
The theme for World Refugee Day this year is stepping with refugees, and in a short time we're going to have a walk through the camp with several dignitaries, but for me the most important people are not the dignitaries who are coming to be with the refugees, it's the refugees themselves. So please do stand by refugees on World Refugee Day 2019.
Mostly Buddhist Myanmar denies widespread wrongdoing and says the military campaign in 2017 across the Rakhine province was in response to the attacks by Rohingya insurgents. Last year, Bangladesh and Myanmar agreed to begin to repatriate refugees, but the plan has been opposed by many of the refugees who want Myanmar to agree to certain conditions first. Agriculture is the main occupation of the people in India's northeastern Manipur province. Making a shift from conventional to integrated farming that aims to deliver sustainable agriculture, the farmers in Lemaram village are now benefiting from the practice.
Farmers in Lemaram village of India's northeastern Manipur province have been practicing traditional farming for years. Along with it, conventional farming that uses synthetic chemical fertilizers, pesticides and herbicides for better produce came into picture. The farmers soon shifted to integrated farming and are now receiving bumper crop. Demand for the crop, especially peas, broad beans, that are part of several Manipuri delicacies, have also risen. Hairang Khonjam Shanti Kumara, our farmer, said that after experts from Central Agriculture University visited his farm and provided vital insights about integrated farming, he is now reaping benefits from the method.
Ahamadadi ai hana ipa ipuna tambiramba method to adum sinazarami aduga hojikti akoi CAU Central University kaw haina mayamna khangnai bise masigi lamjing makadagi oja debakanta magi lamjing lamtak makadagi akoi somda sangjalakpan.
Shanti Kumara said that he now wants to grow his crops in organic way but requires help from experts on investment for cultivation on large scale. Agriculture is the main occupation of the people in the province and it contributes major share to the total domestic product as well as provides employment.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter at SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend and good night.